Bleh! Hello and welcome to another episode of the Giant Monster Podcast. This is volume 2 of Why Are Things Overrated, and then specifically video games. And we have our guest again, Hannah.
Hello.
And me again, Jacob.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Stuck with me.
Yeah. We haven't introduced ourselves in the past few videos, actually.
No, because we kind of assume that if you're going to watch the one part, you're going to watch the next one.
Oh, I've got some fluff. Oh, this is so professional.
You've got like a long hair.
Leave me alone. Anyway, I'm starting off LA Noire. I'm going straight for it.
So we're still on video games.
Yeah, we're still on video games, I said that.
I've only played parts of LA Noire, and I really liked parts of it.
Right, we talked about Until Dawn in the last episode. You want to talk about awkward facial? Have you ever seen that famous one of the guy where he's like going, like he's got that weird smile and he's like...
Yeah. Like,
and it looks like he's just farted and he's really proud of himself.
I really appreciate what they're going for, like how it's like you've got to notice people's tics and they could only accomplish that.
Yeah, but it'd help if they had some decent mocap. Like,
it's because it was made in that generation where the graphics aren't quite as good as they thought it was.
Okay, yeah, I think LA Noire would be much better if it was made
now
with the graphics of Until Dawn. And then you could see your cop being in some nice sweatpants, and you'd be like, "Yeah, look at me, I'm in sweatpants." No, not funny. I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, just ignore a shit version of humour. But do you have any thoughts on this, Hannah?
I haven't played it.
You're the only one who has.
Let's move on. Let's just move on to Five Nights at Freddy's. Don't pretend you don't want to like slate the hell out of it.
Ugh, don't get me started. It's just every day. It's like I want to try to look for some like inspirational artwork, and I just see I'm gonna upload a 3D render of fucking one of the characters again. Like my problem is like, where is this lore coming from? It doesn't seem like there's much there.
Yes, there is. I'm gonna defend it.
Okay, I'm taking a somewhat neutral point on this. Right, there is and there isn't. It feels like Scott Cawthon, the creator, is sort of making it now, but he's only doing it because of like Theorists, like the game Theory. I'll probably put a link to that.
When did
down
the
below
lore really start to
here.
get into it? Like, was it the second one? I've only played parts of each. I've not played them all.
I feel like it really came in after the second game.
No, it was the first one, because they started talking about the links between the real life event and the game where the like staff got murdered.
Yeah, but I feel like it only became like after the second one. But I think the reason why the sudden boom in popularity is Let's Plays. It's YouTube. It's the video gaming community. It's because you save a couple of bob by just watching someone play it, and it's this whole like, oh, watch them react and let them be spooked. I'm not going to take a crap on video gaming on YouTube, because I think it's a good thing, and it allows developers to actually see like someone comment on the game and go, no, this is bad. That's bad, because I love Jacksepticeye because he's very like, he'll notice things like that, and I love Cry as well because he notices every single glitching texture in every single game. I'll reference them down below, not that they need a shout out from us.
But it's like when I played I think the one that I played the most of is the second one, and while the second one probably annoys me the least, like with the fourth one it's like these designs are like, God.
The fourth one's the best one, isn't it? I'm going to let you defend it.
The fourth one, yeah. The fourth one's so much better because it relies on sound more than just like quick reactions.
It's horror. It needs to have sound.
Yeah. Have you seen the fourth one?
I've seen parts of it. Like, I don't like the designs of all of them. Like, I think their designs are a bit too over the like this is what he thought. All right, how can I make him scarier? Let's just make him bigger and add more teeth.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be a nightmare. It's because it is actually like. In terms of we're talking lore that's implied by the fans and game theory, is that it's supposed to be he's in a coma.
Okay.
Because I
thought it was his kid.
You have no idea what's going on with the franchise and the lore, do you?
No.
We're so into the lore. Because I mean, sorry, I won't sing that for copyright.
Yeah, like I say, I haven't played like all of them all the way through. I've seen parts of it. My brother plays it like mad. Just like always mention it to him.
Right. That's just.
I just don't get it. That's the thing.
I know, it's one of those things. I think it's really subjective.
I understand why you don't get it, because the games aren't like the best things ever. You're basically just like reacting to stuff that happens and trying to like keep up with the game, like so you don't die. But I just find the story behind it and like maybe the characters interesting.
I wouldn't mind that. Like that'd be fine if the gameplay was actually pretty good. But every time like I've had a go at playing it, like this jump scares when it's about to pop out, especially in the third one, are so obvious. Like
I mean, come on, of course they are, because the first game had its charm because it was like, oh, jump scare, yay, but of course it's going to get predictable.
But in the third one, Springtrap, all he does is just...
It's not supposed to be like jump scare, the third one, though. It's supposed to be a bit more make you think and a bit more psychological. I think the only way you could really experience it was if it was on Oculus Rift, and if like it had sensors of smell, like you could smell like gas leaks and stuff. Like
One thing I do want you guys to look up on DeviantArt is there's an artist who's like turned the art style of like Friday Night Freddy into like a Don Bluth film, like No Dogs Go to
that's
Heaven.
interesting.
And it looked really awesome.
Send me that and I'll reference that here. Yeah, that will definitely.
It was a really good looking thing. It's like it looks exactly like the style of Don Bluth ones where they got huge lips.
Except for they're not voiced by Charlie Sheen. No, like in the sequel.
But
I'm a dog, Charlie Sheen.
So
what the fuck was that?
One game that I really like, series that I like think that everyone like kind of defends. Well, they don't really like defend. They just don't like to mention its badness.
Let's have a poke at this one.
Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon. Because it's like,
all right, let Hannah take this. Okay. Let Hannah take this because we both have a childhood with it. You have no real childhood experiences with Pokemon.
No, I don't have any childhood experiences with it. I kind of feel like the same how you feel about Five Nights at Freddy. I don't really get it why everyone loves it so much.
It's one of those things where it's like they don't really innovate, and yet they like go, oh, Pokemon's so good, it's so awesome, but like it hasn't innovated in like what since it came out, and Call of Duty does the exact same thing.
Yeah, there's a limited amount you can do with it anyway. It's not exactly an innovative thing. There's a bunch of monsters. You have to team up with them.
I'm going to be really interested to see how this new one, where they can actually fight, actually comes into it. It's like, because the system I have now, I've never thought was perfect.
Do you know what's an interesting game you should check out? Pokemon Colosseum.
I play.
They're really good, and it's really what they should do with a franchise, because Pokemon is dark as balls. Seriously, it's about a bunch of people capturing animals and making them fight for their own amusement and like stealing money off each other. I mean, check out the manga. The manga is dark. That
I've seen some of it.
I forgot what the what's his name, the ninja trainer, whatever. His Arbok gets cut in half.
Yeah,
and it grows back. What the hell?
It's some dark shit.
Yeah, have you seen the one before that, the original concept, where the boy, his only Pokemon he originally had was Rhydon, and he'd go on his back, and Jigglypuff was like this weird, like, not Jigglypuff, Clefable, had like a weird, strange human face, and Gengar actually was Clefable's shadow, and that's where this whole fan mythos comes from it.
Yeah, because I'll admit, like, since we've had Red and Blue, and we've gone through like 6 generations, each with like starting to get remakes of the old ones.
Like 27 billion.
We're on generation 6 now, and the last game, I'll admit, I loved Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby just because they were the remakes of my first ones. That was nostalgia blinding.
That's where I lost myself that franchise, the third series.
I'll admit, even though the X and Y was like the first time they had done proper 3D, I was like, they didn't really do anything else new with it. It's like, oh, we've got...
It's something that we should have had ages ago, because we've had the Wii for God knows how long, GameCube, all these other consoles that have had 3D on them.
And then when we finally get it, it's so watered down that it's like...
do I even care anymore?
Yeah, you're right.
My favourite gen's Gen 2, but I don't know.
I have to say 3 just because I grew up with that gen.
Yeah,
I didn't grow up with
Gen
1.
2 was. I'm gonna quote Honest Trailers on this. I'll reference them. It's basically the perfect sequel to a game. You get a new set of things. It has that similar thing. It's got new gameplay mechanics. It's got a lot of new added things to it. Oh, and then when you complete it, you get to go back and do everything that you did in the first game and defeat your character from the first game. That's what a game should do. It should make you feel like, wow, this is the next adventure, this is the next gen. And Pokemon hasn't done that in a while. Yeah,
it's just like when you get a person who's like, oh, Call of Duty, it's just the same thing over and over again, but then they like Pokemon, I'm like... That's just a bit weird. It's like you're defending a game that's basically like not innovated even longer than Call of Duty has.
Yeah.
At least Call of Duty is honest about it.
At least Call of Duty, every next game is a different time era or like
my
genre.
philosophy is, it's like with a game, if a game's fun, I think it's good. If it's not fun, then that's when it's failed.
Well, what do you feel with it? Because you have played some. I got you to go on Fire Red, and I got you to go on the Mystery Dungeon ones as well.
I played. Well, you gave me Fire Red, and I played a bit of that, and that's the only one I've ever played. And I've not played it when I was younger, so I like have a bit of an outsider point of view. but I just found them really boring, like just doing the
I
same
didn't.
thing over and over again.
For people who don't like RPGs, it's a bad game to play. For people who don't like playing turn-based combat, it's a bad game to play.
I really didn't like the mystery dungeons.
I like the mystery dungeon. It's because it's got everything you want from a game. It's cute. It's got like just like you keep moving on.
It feels like
more like a Pokemon game should be.
It feels less like repetitive than the actual Pokemon
Which is weird
games.
because it's possibly even more repetitive, if anything. I'm not trying to poop on your idea.
It feels like there's more to do than just walk around and.
You feel more rewarded.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel that way about it, but I don't know. I think we can cap this off just by saying that Pokemon in general is overrated. Anime,
because
everything about it.
The thing with the Pokemon anime is it's on that level where it's not cheesy enough to be fun. It's just awful now. It's just like when you watch it.
I've seen some of the newer stuff. It has picked up because do you know why I said Gen 2 was a sequel and it deserved to be a sequel because it's sequeled? The newer stuff that they have done, from what I've seen of it, is sequely. Like the art style shifted to feel more like it's matured. The show's themes have matured a little bit more. He's actually aged.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I think the reason why Pokemon is overrated is because it's become like the cool thing to like.
Oh yeah, everyone, certainly.
Everyone likes it because everyone likes it.
It didn't really become that in like the internet's presence until like X and Y started resurfacing.
Yeah, that is kind of strange because it died off after Black and White. I kind of completely forgot about the franchise.
Black and White came out, I was like, oh, another Pokemon game.
I didn't even play Black and White until X and Y came out.
But then X and Y, everyone's like, I can't wait. It's like, is it just because it was a jump to 3D? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Probably is, to be honest, which is kind of pathetic.
Bizarre.
If the whole franchise now is hinging off, we're 3D, then really you failed as a company. All they just need to do is make that 3D version of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then I'll be hypocritical.
Was the best remake.
No, but I'm saying they need to do a 3D one of it because I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, I will say that the remakes of Heart Gold and Soul Silver were the best.
The thing is, I think the 2D platform games will always remain the best games. I'm just going to say that. Y'all don't like it, kiss butt.
Most Pokemon fans would just say that the first one is the best just because it's the original.
I don't agree with this whole Gen 1 thing, but I also hate people who go, Gen 1ers.
It's like with
everyone has their preference.
It's like with a lot of things, like Transformers. Gen 1 is the best, and you watch it, you're like, no, really, it's not.
Megatron gun.
No.
Anyway, let's cap this off. Thank you for listening to this recent podcast. We'll most likely do more in the future. You got something to add, Jacob?
No, I want you to plug.
You want me to plug? What do you want me to plug?
Our podcast, you idiot.
What do you mean a podcast?
Twitter and all that.
Oh, I'm about to do that. Give me a bloody chance. Yeah. So if you'd like to check out our Twitter. If you'd like to check out our Facebook. And think about leaving a like and a Scooby. Please leave a Scooby. And like if you think Jacob is a piece of poo.
And like if you think Larry is a tool.
Do you want to fight me, mate?